Frank's favorite song. As we do a Jim Carrey movie draft. All right, Jim Carrey celebrating his birthday on January 17th. He was born in 1962, so we are going to be doing a Jim Carrey movie draft. Good to know that my wife doesn't realize I'm still streaming as she's letting the dog back in the house. So, essentially what we're trying to do here is we're trying to build the best triple feature. And so, we're going to go in order. Frank will pick first. I will pick second. And then I've gone to ChatGPT to create a list. And once somebody, and it's draft style, so once a movie is chosen, it's off the board. You can't pick that one anymore. So, Frank, you get to go first. What is your first selection for a Jim Carrey movie draft?
I'm going with the one that was filmed mostly here in Central Florida, I believe, along the coast. I'm going with The Truman Show.
Oh, there you go. Let me find it here. There you go.
Quite a concept, which probably is happening these days. There's probably somebody out there that's being filmed.
There's somebody that's living in a bubble somewhere that's dealing with a living like that. All right, so then I get to go. And I've thought long and hard about this.
Long and hard.
But I think I have to go with the one that vaulted him to stardom. You got to go with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, right?
Ace Ventura. Excuse me while I ask you a few questions.
Remember they turned that? Did they turn Ace Ventura into a cartoon, or was that just The Mask?
No, it was both. I think both of them were a cartoon for a while there.
All right, so now we're going to go to ChatGPT. So the way this works is I had ChatGPT give me its top 9 ranked Jim Carrey movies. So I just go down the list until I get to one that has not been chosen yet. And so what do you think ChatGPT has chosen for its first movie? It's a more serious role.
The Deadpool.
Deadpool? What?
No, the Deadpool was a Clint Eastwood. You never saw that movie with the
No.
Okay.
No.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Jesus, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. But way to go rogue on that one, buddy.
There's one where Clint Eastwood was still playing the role of that cop that would can't remember what the cop's name was. In San Francisco, go around and shoot people. Had the big hand cannon. You want to make my day, punk?
Dirty Harry?
Yeah, he was Dirty Harry, and he was still making a Dirty Harry character in '88, and like Jim Carrey plays like a punk in the movie. And the Deadpool is there's this guy that's killing celebrities. So yeah, and Jim Carrey's in it.
You're not gonna pick Earth Girls Are Easy, are you?
I might.
So Liar Liar, that's the second one on the ChatGPT list. So then it's back to me, and I'm rocking and rolling here with just the big ones, the ones that the comedic ones that made him a star. Dumb and Dumber. Even though I'm not really that big of a fan.
I thought you were going with the cable guy.
I've never actually seen it.
Oh, you have to, just so you can be just completely turned off.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. What is you get to go back to back here, Frank. What are your second and third choices for Jim Carrey?
Well, then the first one I'm going to go with The Mask.
There you go.
That was just wild. Even seeing that one in theaters at the time, that was just wild.
If only for how smoking hot Cameron Diaz was at that time.
Yeah, that was the best introduction, and it should have just stayed at that because she was. I mean, it's almost not the same person from when you first saw her in that to after that. Yeah, and then I liked Earth Girls Are Easy. I'm gonna go with Earth Girls Are Easy.
Of course, I brought it up, and I actually don't have the poster, but yeah, we'll go Earth Girls Are Easy there for Frank. So then I get to pick my third movie, and I'm really iffy on this one, but I have, because this one is one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. I got to go with Man on the Moon.
Excuse me. On the moon.
And we're going to get to some honorable mentions here in just a second before we wrap this up. But then we're going to go down the list, and third and final one for ChatGPT is Bruce Almighty.
All right.
Although I do have to say, there's one movie that I if I were making a personal, like the whole point is like, what would you recommend to people? One that would probably come in fourth if I was doing a quadruple feature.
I actually like that movie.
That's a great. I was watching the clips today. Man, him and Taya Leone are flipping hilarious in this
Alec
movie.
Baldwin's in it, I believe.
Yeah, he plays the guy that robs all their damn money.
Yeah,
he's the bad guy. But yeah, no, it's if you've never seen Fun with Dick and Jane, definitely check it out. It kind of covers the financial crisis that hit where you had all these big wigs and people were losing their pensions, people were losing their retirement funds, people were like just legitimately going broke overnight because of all the stuff that was happening.
A little recession.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is the end of the movie, it also goes through a whole list like, hey, here's all the CEOs that are a-holes that are doing things similar to this. So check that out. All right, so here we go. Our triple feature. Frank has The Truman Show, The Mask, and Earth Girls Are Easy. I have Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Dumb and Dumber, and Man on the Moon. And then ChatGPT chose Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Liar Liar, and Bruce Almighty.